Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Gruntsngrumbles podcast. Once again, with you is Tom
and Vince.
How are you?
Hey, buddy. I'm good, man. I'm good.
Feels good. This new moon eclipse energy, is just kind of like kicking everyone's ass and firing everything.
Mercury rising or some shit.
All of it. All of it. Taurus moon, Taurus signs. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not quite familiar with it all either, but I've been definitely feeling an influx of fuck you energy.
Yeah. Was that big male podcast energy? What was it?
Big male podcast energy. Yes.
I got that shit. Slaying. No. Slaving?
Slaving. No. Sliving. Oops.
Whoa. If I was a good editor, I'd know how to change that.
I could probably program a honk.
F it. Too late. What's done is done.
Yeah. Oh, well.
We're unapologetic most of the time. And, it's straight.
Put it this way, we just made that mistake after we made the topic of it like 2 episodes ago.
Something like that, yeah.
And that's how easy it could slip. And then someone who didn't know what we were talking about, sorry. Yeah. What are you guys talking about?
Bad. It's all good, though.
It's Paris Hilton's fault, okay? It's sliving, not slaving, because she switched slaying and living and wants to turn that into the new catchphrase. Hashtag sliving. And you can have it right there.
It should be like hashtag Paris Hilton's is irrelevant. That's what it should be. She's nobody anymore, man.
Oh my god.
She didn't have the show. She doesn't have the thing. There's no more sex tapes over. Like sex tapes are fucking.
Oh yeah.
Remember she had one? Yeah. She was before Kim, but Kim's way more popular than her now. Kim showed her.
And now it's on Disney Plus.
Her sex tape?
No. Yeah.
Hey, yo, Disney, what's up?
They need the subscribers.
Subscribe to Disney, my guys.
They did drop a lot in their shares. They might be having to put
But they're doing well with all their Marvel.
Well, the Multiverse of Madness, the Doctor Strange sequel, is coming out in 5 days on Friday, which should be a trip.
Oh shit, is it that quick?
Yeah.
Oh,
so it should be a trip.
Still far away, man.
No.
I guess I don't know anything about it.
And then a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, they announced the new Thor.
That
trailer.
looked good. Did you watch the trailer?
It looked fun.
It looked good.
I mean, there were things that I'm like, okay. I mean, of course, the Sweet Child of Mine intro got me right there.
Obviously.
Right? Yeah. And then there's something about Taika Waititi's style. And you can agree because you've worked on stuff with him too. There's some kind of like almost an innocence to it.
Okay.
With a side of the humor of like what we all were used to growing up.
Yeah.
And then there's like, he does a tragedy almost Shakespearean style where you don't see it coming.
Yeah.
And you're going, oh my God, like what's next? And the fact that he's like, I got to restart everything. I'm going to find out what made me a god to become a god again. And you're going, that's so stripping down the layers of like, even like what we're all going through.
Essentially, it's like a mental health version for a god.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And the way Ragnarok.
I love that movie. I watched that movie like 12 times, man.
And you watch that. Good. There's nothing good that comes of it for Thor. Like, it's a superhero movie, but the superhero does not win in that movie whatsoever.
No, it's like all the way to the very end. It's just like a shit fucking
He
time
loses his eye. His hammer gets broken. His whole kingdom or planet gets destroyed.
Yeah.
And he's got nothing.
Spoiler alert, I guess. If you haven't seen it.
But
if you haven't seen it,
it's
too late, man. The statue of...
I'm sorry. When 18 billion people watched Endgame, I think they caught up to it.
I guess that's true.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
and I trust my fan base to know what's up. So, our
what's
fan
up?
base. So
what's up, Tom's fan base? All 6 of you.
Hi, Mom.
The rest of you, we don't have to talk about it. It's all good. No,
but
no, true, man. I can't wait to watch it. I really like the Thor movies. I was really into it. It's like one of the best. I think the Thor movies have been the funniest ones of all the, and even like Guardians of the Galaxy though have been great too.
Yeah.
But Thor has been top notch. And then the whole I think there's that Guardians of the Galaxy one is going to come out next year, I think, or something.
Either in the summer or next year.
Which has like a crossover with Thor in it, which is going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Marvel's got it sort of going on. But Marvel, okay, here's the thing. So DC and Marvel, everybody knows the whole DC Marvel thing, blah, 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 blah. Marvel has it's almost like an algorithm to figure out how to make a good movie. They have yet to make one bad one, I don't think.
What, DC or Marvel? Marvel, yes.
Yeah.
Right.
But like DC, Marvel's all the happy and exciting and bright. And DC is the dark and
they try to be too serious, I feel. I feel like
but
they
I like
forget.
that. But I also like that.
Well, I think, though, that they forget that these mythologies started when we were kids. So to enhance the kid viewership with our subscription with a comic book is the colors, the brightness, the everything else. And then as you got older, there was when Frank Miller came in and did the Dark Knight Returns and kind of like put Batman into a 25-year later scenario, and now he's older, and now like crime's getting worse, and he puts on the suit again and realizes the enemy is like a lot more than he can handle, and he now questions like, should he have ever left? Should he have even started? Because now it's like the disciples of Batman, but they're doing everything evil. Yeah, which again I don't think really has translated into all the movies yet. Somewhat there's little nips and buds about it, but nothing like a full-on version of the Dark Knight. The Frank Miller version in the comic book. And then, because of that darkness, all the 90s seemed to go, like even Spider-Man lost his sense of humor in the comic books. Because it was all like darkness and something's going to happen to his wife, and then like he can't afford the rent, and then he gets evicted. So it matured, and obviously when the book is at that point was 30 years old in the 90s, you got to update to the adults that are still reading or to carrying on this soap opera, if you will. And it hasn't caught up yet in the film industry or the film versions of them, because how do you do it? You can't jump that much. And a lot of the stuff, even the Infinity Gauntlet series that were in the movies, were from like 89 to 93. So it's still 35 years that we're just seeing it now. So it's new for certain people.
Well, I think now the technology's come around where you can make movies that you could draw. You know what I mean? Like you can't just like, you couldn't like back in 93, the CGI would have been
Spider-Man was horrible. Awful. I mean, we've seen the 70s Spider-Man and the Japanese Spider-Man.
I love them, man. But we also love like the old Adam West Batman. You know what I mean? Like the pows. Every time he hit somebody and the pow, bang.
Which I think Suicide Squad, the first one, would have done a ton of lot better in for an audience perspective if they did that. The pow and kabang and everything else, because what they were doing with the reactions, like they just saw someone got hit and then it went to like, Margot Robbie's reaction going, ooh, that gotta hurt. And like that kind of pulled you right out of the wrong thing. Yeah. It's like, you're supposed to be the bad guy. You're supposed to do the killing. So do the kapow, the bang. And that there's that one show I think you were talking about that's kind of like that has like that superhero kind of real life cartoon look to it. And you're going, oh,
what show is that?
It's not Peacemaker. There was another one that came out.
Shit, I don't know.
Yeah,
I watched it. What was it? I don't know, man.
Right,
my brain's mush.
Have you seen Peacemaker yet?
No, not yet.
Yeah,
no.
I haven't watched.
No, I heard it was good.
Yeah.
Danny told me about it. I think my brother watched it too. He said it was good.
Right. Danny will know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, it has kind of like the Roger Rabbit violence when it goes to it.
Yeah, yeah. I loved Roger Rabbit, man. That was such a good movie.
It was different. And, and again, that influenced so many things in the 90s. The real-life animation crossover. Yeah. There were other movies that followed suit. And the music videos, like Paula Abdul dancing with a cartoon. Oh, yeah. Rod Stewart did it, too. It was just kind of like...
Man, Paula Abdul...
They tricked something,
yeah.
You know?
Paula Abdul is so goddamn hot, man. I thought so. But, okay, here... Okay, I'm just going to say this. This might be an unpopular opinion. People might not be happy about this either.
No.
Probably not. But you know what? I'm going to fucking just go ahead and say it. Recently, Madonna put out some pictures.
Okay.
Did you hear anything of that? Did you see any of that shit?
I've seen a few. And it looks scary.
Madonna is like 60-something, I want to say.
Yeah.
Either she's late 50s, late 60s. I don't know what she is. She's old right now.
Right.
And no offense, like, you know what? We're all going to get old.
Yeah.
Like me, I'm gonna look amazing. You, not so much. You know what I mean? But Madonna, first of all, I didn't think Madonna was attractive ever to me.
Okay.
I never thought, and no offense, again, I'm not judging anybody. God, it's 2022. You can't say anything anymore. She looks like full of plastic in her face. That she looks like an alien. Her head is bigger here to a teardrop. She looks like an upside down like teardrop a water drop emoji.
Okay.
And she looks so plastic, and she's showing her body and stuff. And I get it, Madonna. You still want to be relevant, but you're not.
You don't have to do it that way.
There's no offense, but Madonna. Yeah. No one's ever like, oh my god, Madonna. Like I haven't heard of her name.
Right.
In like it feels like 8 to 10 years.
I saw I think a quick clip, and it was like her eyes were so swollen, like she was trying to stare at the camera, but she wasn't looking at anything, and it looked very vacant. It looked like the phone was doing this, zooming in. And you're like, She was looking at nothing, and it was
know.
like that. It was almost like one of the
couldn't she
Madame
just
Tussauds wax museum statues.
She looked like a wax museum.
Yeah.
Couldn't she just like disappear gracefully like Liza Minnelli did?
Well, when you're addicted to the lifestyle, like what do you do, right? Like,
listen, she's loaded.
But
she was the richest
inevitable.
pop star. I think there was a thing on, and I think Madonna was the richest pop star.
Yeah,
girl, just do your thing now. Retire. Like, what's wrong with nobody? You're irrelevant. No offense. I know everybody's gonna say blah 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 whatever, but this is not what this show's about.
You're batting 1,000.
This is not what this show's about. This show's about fucking grunts and grumbling, and this is what I'm gonna do, right?
No, listen, it's valid, but
I just I don't know. Listen, no offense to her, and maybe I wouldn't be saying this if she looked good. I know that's the argument you're gonna have,
right?
But regardless, it's just a dumb. Anyways.
Well, I'm gonna throw something back at you.
Okay.
Because we always have that number, and it's always influenced by media and news and what we put our RSPs into. But they say the retirement age is 65.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Do you think it's 10 years earlier?
Do you think it's gonna be over for you? Like again, what you're saying is hang your hat. It's over. When that actually happens,
dude, I'm gonna relax. When I retire, I'm actually gonna retire.
Yeah,
I think that I work. I've done. I don't know. I mean, again, I'm still young, but in 30 years, when it's time for me to retire, I'm done. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to work here and there. I don't want to be that old guy on set working still.
Yeah.
And no offense to the guys who are. If that's who you are, that's who you like. Like you like to do. You like to work.
Right.
I'm ready to retire now, dude.
What about the Tom Brady thing? I retired. I've had enough of my family. I'm coming back.
Well, Tom Brady's got an ego, though. Tom Brady needs to win a Super Bowl one more time. But I think he's signing with Miami or something. I heard he's going to. Did he go back to Tampa Bay?
I don't know.
Fuck, I don't know.
Sure, I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to say one more thing. Okay, let me finish my retirement thing, and then I'll say one more thing. I'm ready to retire. So whether it be maybe I start something outside of work, something like a hobby type of job, I open a small sandwich restaurant, or I open a little tiny bar on a beach somewhere or something. That's the only thing I'll do. Other than that, I'm going to retire. And it won't be come back for one more. No.
Yeah.
When I'm done, I'm done.
Yeah. It's hard too in our business too. I mean, you were only going to work dailies. You were only going to do a little bit. I was always
supposed to work part-time this year, man.
I know. And now
I'm booked till March next year.
So I know. So yeah, we get that. We get pulled. And again, we're not Madonna level status, obviously. But
these days we might as well be the same.
But it's that level of when you get the call, you almost have to play, yeah, okay, I'll do it. And then you realize, this is taking a lot of my life.
Yeah.
A lot of my time.
But listen, we love our jobs. Okay?
Yeah.
I love my job. I love working in film and television. I love handing stuff to actors. I love the interactions I have with directors and showrunners and all that stuff. It's great. It's really exciting to me. But I'll step away.
Yeah.
Like that. Listen, someone offers me an amazing job. It doesn't have to be that amazing, to be honest. Offers me a good job that means I live on a beach somewhere and I have a decent salary that I can live peacefully and not struggle. So I'm doing it.
Why would you want someone to offer it to you? Why couldn't you just go after your own?
Yeah, because I'm not that smart business wise. Okay. So this is why I'm not in corporate. That's why I'm an employee. Right. I pay taxes. Right. Government. I pay taxes. No, I say that because remember...
You make it sound like I don't.
No.
Oops, we're onto something.
Because remember last time I did my taxes, they wanted me to provide 30 pages of photos because they didn't believe I existed.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
I'm like, you fucking assholes keep taking my money from my paycheck I exist.
Never refunded you on time or whatever else too.
How many socks do I got to buy Trudeau till he believes I exist?
You should maybe you should look up your last name. Maybe there's some criminal ties to it.
Fucking maybe, but I'm the guy who's paying the taxes.
Yeah, I know. It's just I remember so many people going, "Hey, you related to the guy in Niagara Falls?" I'm like, really? Yes. I'm also the Tom Galena in Niagara Falls. I don't think so. I'm here.
Could be.
You know what I mean?
You did go to school out there.
Yeah, I know, but no, it's not me. But there's 20 of them, I think,
in the world.
No. in Niagara, there's a few in Guelph.
Have you ever Googled yourself?
Oh yeah, obviously because I have to do the social media, make sure we're up on top of stuff.
Right.
Not
just Googled your name.
Yeah, and there's some things that come up. It's very rare because I've got a unique name.
I've done it once, But I don't know.
Right. I've got a unique name, so it's not always.
Yeah, Thomas.
Easy. Well, no.
I'm just joking. Yeah, I've never met a Thomas before.
That's nothing like
little
in the
guy.
Bible. Yeah.
Little guy named Edison. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Yeah, from all the Thomases in the Middle East.
Oh, Thomas Train also.
I'm referring to the Bible there, folks.
I don't know what he's talking about. I got news though. I got some breaking news. Okay. Breaking news for the Grunts and Grumbles family.
Okay.
Our number one. I don't know if she self-proclaimed number one listener.
Yes.
My mother.
Oh yes.
Is in Canada.
Nice. She's finally
back.
made it to
yes,
the track.
She's back in town. She came last night. I saw her last night. It was good to see her. She's in the flesh, not a FaceTime.
Okay, good.
But I guess we hadn't called her. We should have called her for one last weather report.
It was 100 degrees.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think she would have been there.
It's fucking California's always
She would have been
dead. But she's here now.
Yeah.
And it's good. It was good to see her. I went to my brother's last night. She's staying with him for a little bit.
Okay, nice.
And then she's off to I don't know, other things.
Somewhere. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So that happened.
That's cool.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what else happened since the last time I saw you, man. Nothing.
Well, it's been a week. So
we should go back to that 2-week thing. No. It's good just to have the break.
It's well, the surprise that I even introduced with you on the last episode with my mom playing on the balcony.
Yeah.
It was a surprise to her as well.
Yeah.
And she loved it.
I loved it.
So happy.
I was going to talk about
nice,
it. Yeah, I meant to. That's what I forgot to talk about.
Yes.
I want to talk about our mothers.
Go ahead.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
She did such a fucking good job.
Yeah, like she was. Yeah. I put her on the spot. Like basically, I texted her.
No, it was good, dude.
I texted her 2 days.
Really good.
2 days earlier, and I said, "Bring your violin." So of course, just like my mom is. What do you mean? What do you want me to bring a violin? It's like, can you just do it? Like,
bring the violin.
Like, I'm gonna smash it over your head. Yeah. Okay, like what do you want me to say? Like just
we need views. We're gonna burn it on the balcony. Bring the fucking violin.
I ran out of heat. I need something to heat my house. And it's like so
it was really cool, man.
Yeah, so I
thought it was really good.
Nice. So I just said I want you to play, and I never gave her the context. I just wanted to say you play whatever you want to play. She goes, well, maybe I'll play the thing. And the song that she played, she did a photo shoot a couple years ago in Kitchener, in the big park in Kitchener. It's called Victoria Park, and there's swans and everything. And she actually played that song over like the part of the lake, which is like, an over glorified pond.
With the swans, right?
Yeah, and the swans. And the swans were actually swimming up to her when she was playing that song. So she did that off the balcony. One take. There was no real rehearsal. She's just like, okay, well, I'll play it. And you could tell when I made her nervous because I told her,
don't make that move. I was gonna say to you off the air, should not have made that move.
But I told her, beware, but like I'm gonna come past you, but I'm not gonna hit you.
There's not enough space on that.
And she got scared. So
you should have just stayed in the one.
Well, I just wanted to show like how vast she was reaching everyone with the violin.
No, of course.
And again, I would love to have other bands. Maybe Rob with his guitar, just play something, just get some music out there.
Oh no, I agree. It was really cool, man.
Yeah,
it was really good. I watched. I didn't watch the episode because I don't give a shit about us. So I just fast forward to the end,
right,
and I watched her performance. Yeah, because you told me you were putting it on, so I checked it out.
Yeah, cool.
And I was like, oh man, I wish that should have been the whole episode. Why do people fucking want to watch us? Watch his mom play.
Hey, listen, if we can get a big enough draw that we could turn it into a concert series, why not? I'd be up for that.
Yeah, I'd love it. Yeah.
Until they knock on the door to tell us to keep it down. But if we're keeping it as an acoustic thing.
And as long as it's under 11 p.m., I mean,
exactly.
really can't. The rules of the law.
It'd be no worse than playing the radio. You know what I mean? So, or the construction noise that I hear during the week anyway.
Sure,
which is completely different.
Again, it's the whole if you're done by 11 p.m.
Yeah, and we wouldn't do that because then we couldn't get the footage properly.
No, it's also past our bedtime.
That too. But yeah, if you guys want to do it, I'm open for it. Just
it's really cool.
Message us because
I even think you know what I think too is because we have listeners that are not around us,
right,
and they live in different countries or provinces or whatever have you. If they want to record a video, of them playing an instrument or a song they love,
why not?
Send it to us.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we just put it on. But try to do it on a porch.
Yeah.
Or a balcony if one's existing to you.
Get the music outside.
Or at least by a window.
Yeah.
Because so it's it's called balcony sessions.
Balcony sessions, yeah.
But if you don't have a balcony, obviously
outdoor sessions, balcony, outdoor, outside sessions.
Listen, we'll change the title.
Yeah, let's get the music out there.
I think just don't make a 17-minute video,
right?
Because That's too fucking long. Sorry.
Well, I mean, I could probably piece it as a series of shows. It would
No.
necessarily be this.
No. Don't start that. Don't.
Hey,
no.
it might be Madonna.
I hope the fuck it ain't. I hope if it's an old video, sure. New? No, thank you. But yeah, I say send like a, I say 5 minutes max.
Right.
Because also like, it's at the end and, like.
Yeah. Again, whatever it is, we'll take it. We'll put your name out there. We'll say thank you, obviously. And we're already saying thank you. But yeah, let's just get it out there.
And then we talk about it the next episode after it airs, because obviously we can't talk about it during the one
sure.
because you haven't seen, the people at home haven't seen it.
That's
and then,
right. And then
I think that'd be really cool, man.
Well, I've got other few surprises up my sleeve. It's more of a scheduling thing, and whenever that happens, that happens. Because we've got a lot of people, especially before we got shut down, health brought me down, and you left.
Don't say it like that, man.
We had things
and
in
you left.
We had things in the work. We had things in the works, and it's still open to do it. So it's just a matter of like touching base with them and say, okay, when's your schedule work? And obviously, I'm good. I'm good to go whenever, because this is here.
Yeah. Anyway,
this is just a push of the button.
Keep it to 5 minutes. Let's try to, let's not make it anything fucking awful. Even spoken word. If someone wants to do like a poem,
Read a story, yeah, sure.
Or
sure,
erotic novel. I'll read it. Send the erotic stuff to me. Send the rest to Tom. I'll go through that stuff. He can go through the the music.
You're really desperate for that, eh?
I wouldn't say desperate. I just don't fucking shame me.
Grasping at straws here, are we?
Hey, yo, I'm not grasping at anything. Just because I wore track pants today doesn't mean I gave up. Okay. They can't see. They can't see I'm wearing track pants. Oh, you know what? I got a question for you.
Okay.
Maybe you know. Maybe you don't know.
Let's do it.
I mean, so you know how it's like women and men wearing track pants.
Okay.
You know that whole thing behind it, right? Do you know the whole thing behind it? Like it's the whole like if men wearing like women are attracted to men in track pants or something.
Oh, the gray track pants.
The gray track pants.
You can see the outline of certain things.
Is that what it is? Is that all it is?
Sure. It's the guy cleavage, I guess.
I shouldn't wear gray track pants.
Did I subscribe to? It's cold out there, people.
I was in the
pool. Again, whatever you want to. I don't know. I've always, and obviously not when I'm doing this show, but I've always subscribed to if I'm doing a proper function, whether it's business, it's always a button shirt,
of course,
or a suit.
Okay, business,
and no compromise. Even if it's a wedding, the tie stays on.
Oh no, my tie comes off after when the dancing starts. When the dancing starts, the tie is off.
When the cheese wheel drops off the table.
When the cheese wheel rolls, after two fucking drunk guys are fighting, all bets are off the table.
Did that ever get resolved? Did you ever get like response back from that afterwards?
No, nobody talked about it. I don't know.
So bad.
I'm sure there's some people I could ask, but it was probably like 10 years ago.
Okay. I mean, that's amazing, because as soon as I hear cheese,
I'll never forget it.
As soon as I hear cheese roll, I'm thinking of like that thing that they do in Holland where they roll the cheese down the the hill, and they're all trying to chase it. And whoever gets it wins
the cheese. Yeah, I've seen that. Those videos are fucking nuts.
How good is that cheese, especially after that?
It's just free. Still free cheese is what it is. I mean, I think it's more bragging rights than anything. I want to win that. Listen, if I won that cheese,
right?
It's a fucking giant cheese.
Yeah, of course.
I can't eat all that cheese.
No,
I'd give it away to people who are also there. I'm like, hey, let's cut it up.
Yeah.
Well, here's a chunk for you. I'll take a bigger chunk.
Yeah.
And then everybody else gets their chunk.
Makes sense.
If I had to pay for it, that's my fucking cheese.
Right.
But if I got it for free, I won a contest.
For sure.
I'm totally cutting that cheese up.
In Guelph, and I don't know if it's here. I'm sure it's here too, but I know in Guelph there's an Italian festival, and it's I think the last weekend before September.
Okay.
And they do all these festivities. Of course, the food's out and everything else.
Sure.
But the big draw is they have the greased pole climb.
Oh, God.
Which I guess that's somewhere in Italy that they do that.
That's like in Family Guy. They got the greasy guy.
No, not the greasy deaf guy.
And they have to catch him. No, they all have to catch him. Like, if you catch him, you win, but he slides out of you.
Right.
No, it's like that, but on a pole version.
This isn't a pole. So basically, you got to climb. And when I worked on an independent film, too, it was my first executive producer credit. Mm-hmm. It was basically... This guy was bragging about, because it was on the cusp of that weekend happening. He goes, "We've won it twice in a row. We're going to go it a third time. We've got it planned out." And he was telling the strategies. And I'm like, first of all, like, to me, it's like you're ruined. Like like depending on when you start that in the day, like pretty much to me, like that party's over. Like
the greasy pole, you mean?
Right? Yeah. And then it's like 20 feet in the air, so then you gotta climb up.
I feel like I have
the bell.
I feel like if you cover yourself in like flour or something,
I'm pretty sure they've probably tried a cornmeal flour or whatever. But it just seems like a weird tradition.
Tar and feathers, that could do it.
It seems like a weird tradition, and it's funny because when he announced that, my friends in college, they would used to do stuff where they would like go to Value Village, get these weird costumes, and then dress up,
amazing,
and then kind of crash these parties.
I love that.
So the Grape and Wine Festival in St. Catharines, they dressed up as vampires one year.
Amazing.
So they had no shame. They would like one time we were getting ready to go out, and like they were upstairs in their bedroom and like bathroom, and we're just sitting on the living room going like, usually they're here, and like the door, there was a sign on the door that says just come in, and I'm like, well, this is sketch. And then we sit down, and like we can hear them talking, you can hear them rustling around, but they're not really acknowledging us. And you're like, okay, something's going on. And then about half hour, 40 minutes later, they both come down. They're wearing these just ugly business suits.
Amazing.
And they had shaved their heads into horseshoes.
No way.
And they had mustaches. It was great. It's like they were the used car salesmen or the insurance salesmen. Like, we're going as insurance salesmen tonight. And then, we went out to the bar, and then, like, I mean, they were getting free drinks. It was fucking amazing.
That is so cool.
And then
I like that.
They did that Italian fest, and they dressed as airline pilots. I don't know how they got the costumes.
Well, I mean,
put it this way, if they worked in our industry, they would kill it. Like, there'd be costumes missing, there would be props missing, and like...
Oh, so you mean they wouldn't last long?
Right, so just check the calendar. What's happening tonight when it went away?
Oh my God, that's amazing. That's so cool, man.
Yeah, they were fun.
Like, people do some really cool things like that.
They were fun, and we would always just jump along. There was one time where I had to draw the line. We were all kind of drunk. We were just getting back to like settle in and go home and whatever. And the school bus stops in front of their place.
Yeah.
Hey, we took the wrong exit. How do we get to Toronto? And it was a party bus, but it was a school bus.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, why don't we come with you? Like, yeah. And then we all jumped in, and I'm like, this is not going to have a good ending, because everyone in that mood or in that energy is always on the go. And I love that. I love that spirit. Yeah. But like, how do we get back?
No,
there was no thinking of like, wait a minute.
You got on a party bus headed out of your
They're lost. They don't live. They didn't start here.
No,
they're not going to come back here. What happens when we need to get back? And they never thought that. So I'm like, okay, I gotta finish. I'm gonna squash this right now, which just sucks because there was always sometimes where I had to be the adult brain in the party.
I hate that guy.
Right. So, and it wasn't like the mother goose or the mother hen or whatever. I was like, no, the sensibility of this isn't going to work. You guys can go, but I'm not going to join you.
Yeah.
So, maybe it was a FOMO. I don't know.
Oh, FOMO for real.
Right.
Though.
But, I get that kind of like irresponsible when I'm in Vegas where it's like, okay, we're here. Let's just get out of our minds, not worry about the stresses, because everything's going to be provided for us. We know where we're going to stay. We know that
when you go to Vegas,
yes.
I don't know if we talked about this, but when we go to Vegas, do you and your like people in your group are like, oh man, we're going to tear it up. Vegas has never seen this shit coming. Did we talk about this?
Yeah, but no, we don't do that. We're kind of like
I can't remember
in our sense of mind, like especially when I'm saying going irresponsible, it's still within the fact that I'm still doing stuff legally,
obviously,
and safely, but it's the fact that I can be a little more carefree because there's going to be a free cab home to the hotel because it's provided, or there's a walk.
There's always a walk
involved,
yeah,
and everything is as far as it is. There's still an accessibility and it's safe. Because there's cameras everywhere.
You're never gonna not make it back to your room.
Right. It's never like
unless you don't want to.
Yeah, exactly. And there's never like a dark corridor or an alleyway at night that you're never gonna get to. Where the
city's too fucking bright to have any dark corridors, man.
That's where I feel like the safest to like just be completely reckless because there's always something to like help you along the way.
Yeah. I want to go to Vegas and shoot a bazooka. That's what I want to do. I think you can do that. I think you could probably like blow up car, right, with a bazooka or something.
You Google it. I'm sure there's a gun range somewhere. If not there, it'd probably be like
or
Arizona,
like I want to
New
throw
Mexico.
a fucking grenade or something at like a nothing at a rock and just duck behind it.
Usually grenades, and Sean will tell you that because he's in the military. Usually when they do the grenade training, that's usually when the most incidences happen.
For sure.
Because there's a panic mode. They do the instructions first. They tell you everything.
Hold it.
This is how you hold it. This is where you should hold it. This is what happens as soon as you do this and you let go of the pin. Basically, you're
still good till you let go. Like you can pull the pin out,
right?
But as soon as you let go of the
that hesitation there. It's almost got to be as soon as you do that. As soon as you pull, you throw. It should be autonomous to the movement.
Yeah. But it's just like if you. But I think like this is all from my
Sean will verify
Call of
with
Duty
you.
knowledge. But if you pull and you have the actual thing that's connected still in your hand, and as soon as you let go and that thing springs off, now it's active.
Yeah, but how much force is that? It's like, have you ever used a fire extinguisher before?
I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what happened? Was this the same night as the cheese wheel?
No.
Okay.
No. I was on set.
Okay.
And we were. I'm not gonna. We were burning something like it was a thing for a TV show, and we burnt a dummy.
Okay.
And they had to like a stuffed, like a mannequin.
Okay.
And I had to. They were like putting it out, like this fire department guys were there. Because every time we do like a fire, or there's any sort of burning thing on set, you always have a fire department team who's there, and just in case it gets out of control, and if they want to put it out, they check the heatings. It happens
sometimes.
It happens. So they were like, we burnt this dummy, blah blah blah, and they were like spraying it, and I'm like, hey, can I have a go? And they're like, yeah, you want? I'm like, yeah, man. So I just went around, and they're like, yeah, just empty the can because it's almost empty. So I just fucking sprayed this thing down. It was like, it was exciting, man.
There's a lot of pressure, though.
I was kind of like a firefighter.
That's nice.
No offense.
Was it the same show that I think it is? Because that always had something to do with fire. We got burnt out. The set. This was after you, and I went back on the show. So this was a set. Where the library.
Don't say it. Just melt it. don't say it out loud. Don't just melt the words.
Handmaid's Tale.
No.
So they burned out the library and they put it in the set. You know what set that was?
Yeah.
And so it's not just the one set in the studio. It's like the library, then it's the one bedroom, then it's another bedroom, then it's an upstairs, and it's all built very nice.
Yeah, of course.
So the main set we were setting on fire was the library. And of course, we knew it was going to happen. It was a controlled burn, whatever. But they turned off. They didn't turn off the fire sprinklers. They just figured it because it was going to be a controlled burn. Everything was going to be okay. No. But because of the way the set walls were, they were right to the edge of the grid line for the grips. It traveled up and it went right up to the sensors of the sprinklers and kicked everything off. So every set in that whole studio,
that shit spews black water.
Flushed. Man. Oh yeah, everything was done, and we're like, oh my god, and we still had that was the first burn for the whole day. Like it took 4 hours to set it up, and so we're already 4 hours in on a 12-hour day to go 4 hours more or 5 hours more overtime, right? From whenever the start of the camera, and. Yeah, everything then stunk and everything was ruined. There was, of course, they said there was a $10,000 wardrobe in the other room that was completely ruined. Had like watermarks and bubbles and everything else. And the director of photography comes up and he goes, "Can we destroy this?" And I'm like, "It pretty much is already." Yeah, so I don't see a problem with it. And of course, another person on my team's like, "No, we better call because we don't know." It's like, okay, well, you do that. The director of photography, the second in command, wants it. I think we can do it.
Yeah.
Right? And sure enough, he got his way.
Of course.
Because that's
true. You do have to make the call. Ah. If someone said to me, "Should we burn this?" I'd be like, fuck it, let's do it. And then they're like,
we already did, but with water.
Let's fucking go, man. I don't care. But you have to make the call because, you never know. Maybe it's something that has to do with something. You never know.
Well, but it was completely destroyed.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
It's that's crazy because I don't know if you've ever... I mean, obviously that's the point, but I don't know people at home. Have you ever seen a sprinkler in a building go off? Because it doesn't go off often.
No, right.
So the water is just sitting there in those black pipes.
Yeah.
And it just gets black and rusty and brown, and it's garbage. It's fucking garbage
sludge.
water.
Yeah.
It's sludge. And then eventually, as it's going, you'll get rid of all the shit water, and new fresh water will come in, and you'll start getting some clean water too. But it starts off gross.
Yep.
And just like listen, it doesn't need to be good water. It just needs to put out the fire.
That's right.
You don't need you don't need clean drinking water. You know, like whoa. Is that Voss water in there? We only put out our fires here with Voss. Fuck off,
Evian.
Evian. Is that from Clear Mountain Springs?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not? Oh, no. Let this fire burn.
Yeah. No, it's, again, a lot of people don't realize that. Yeah. And it's funny because, again, maybe we are spoiled with our industry because we do see things explode. Mm-hmm. We do see things how it works. Like, a car typically, when it crashes into another car, it doesn't blow up in an instant. No, not we make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything's rigged and safety out the wazoo.
That was a crazy day too. I worked on this is before you came in. It was Covert Affairs.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And they had shut down University Avenue. Yep. Because it was a chase scene. Helicopters. They had like 4 helicopters. It was like the series finale.
Cool.
And it was like an entourage, like with the limo and everything else. So they were trying to stop the limo, police cars. Like, it was a huge scene, a huge to do. And it's exactly like Tropic Thunder. The special effects guys, when they hear explosions, they like to go explosive.
Of course.
And again, it's also showing that they can do it safely, which they do. There's nothing that, intentionally that they're trying to hurt someone. They just say, if this is going to be on TV, we're going to make sure it's on TV. Mm-hmm. Put their stamp on it, if you will. So what it was is like this, the limo was coming towards an EMP. The EMP hits. Mm-hmm. The limo flips upside down.
Cool.
And all the helicopters are like swooping in, and then everything goes to shit. So, again, the test, like it's the limo, there's no one really driving the limo. It's a pull cable. Mm-hmm. It's a pull cable. So no one's around. Everyone's like, get out of the way. We're not going to be here. This is where it happens. And we're basically blocks away. We're like, if it's on Bay Street, we're on Queen. Like we're like, block 2 away. We go. We're seeing it come down. We're watching on all the monitors. Hit. Boom. It's usually the sound. It's not like a full on like what you see.
They had that. They had the sounds, the bigger explosion sounds in post.
And the car goes bang.
Sweet.
And everything debris. Exactly what they want.
It's amazing.
However, the EMP made an echo, a sonic boom when it went out, and you could see it. You could see when they did the slow motion on the monitor. It went. Yeah. When it did that, well, across the way was the American embassy, and it shattered some windows.
Oh, no.
We got shut down.
Because it's a threat.
All of a sudden, black limos and black SUVs are coming out like, we don't even know where they came from.
Got hit.
And everything barricaded us, and we're like, no, it was a movie. It's like, yeah, we have the permit, and now we're showing where the permits. They showed that they had it too, and just verifying, and then it's like, okay, we got to do an investigation. We have to... Oh, wow. Because now it's like not just that we did it for the show, not that they weren't aware, but that we compromised the security level from them that they now have to see what they've done. And it's just like,
I mean, that's fair. Right? That's crazy though. That's cool though.
As soon as that happens, it's like, okay, I'll be in the truck and just
just have a sit down. This is gonna be a 4-hour thing.
Yeah. No, are we going to lunch early, guys?
Yeah, no shit.
Because basically that's the locations manager's like, go get a coffee, go do this, go chill out.
You don't fuck with like American security. They're gonna shut you down. They don't give a shit what you're shooting.
These guys were crazy. These guys were like the guys in the movie. I thought at first they were the background, like something happened, like they were pulling them in, they were ready, because they were like the full on, the black suits, glasses, and everything. Awesome. And I'm like,
and they're Americans, right?
Yeah. Oh
They have their own American squad team here.
They got the little pin that's got the flag, and I'm like, oh my god, it is real.
You're like, oh wow, real. Fucking Wardrobe did an amazing job on these guys, man. They look really good. Yeah.
And so I mean, it was fun, and of course the helicopters, because they're in this holding pattern.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the day you don't want to be an AD. Because everything is falling on your shoulders now.
Oh, yes.
Why isn't this fixed? What did happen here? And you're basically putting the puzzle together, and nothing was wrong with that shot. Nothing at all. Everything that was supposed to happen happened. Mm-hmm. But no one accounts for
Of course.
that end game of happening. And you go, well, and I would hate to be that one taking the shit going, Vince, you knew that was going to happen. Why did it happen? Like, we were following every rule that we did.
Yep. Hey, we didn't know the Americans use shitty glass in their fucking windows.
And it's not like they blew out. If anything, what it did,
it just shook and shut down.
It shook and hit a sensor.
Sure.
It shook and hit a sensor.
So the window didn't break?
Not that I could see. Not that there was like explosive glass anywhere. But at that point, I mean, you can't even walk into the grounds of this.
If the shock wave was probably bad enough, it could have shook the window in the panel and it could have just cracked and then just went down.
Yeah,
it could have shattered.
Yeah, something happened that it was enough for them to like to stop us, to go, you can't do this.
That's
and
cool,
then we go, no, we can do this. And then I think with what they did, and it was enough to have it all in that setup that we didn't need to do that specific thing again. Yeah. It was just now make the limo cut to that point and make the helicopter swoop in.
Of course.
So basically there was no more explosions after that, and we didn't need to. Mm-hmm. Which is, I mean, even that is phenomenal in itself. Mm-hmm. But before my time, The Long Kiss Goodnight with Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
And someone else. Her name escapes me, sorry. But Gina Davis. Yeah. They were at the one quarry in Flamborough. Mm-hmm. And the shot was there was a car in the middle of the quarry. Mm-hmm. And the camera was on an 80-foot rig down. Mm-hmm. And the explosion was supposed to go off, whatever. Yeah. And they figured it was a quarry, so everything was going to be within this.
Sure, keeps contained inside, right? Yeah.
So, of course, 200 pounds of shit your pants special effects explosives were in this car, was overpacked, and it went up. It did go. Yeah. But when it went, it took out the crane. Oh, shit. It took out the camera. And it took out every chicken coop within like a 3-mile radius around the quarry. Like all the chickens died.
Holy shit!
Sonic boom was massive. Like
because the quarry's echo, man.
I know, like, it turned it into a cannon. Right?
Anything you do inside somewhere where you like, if you
you clap your hands,
you can hear
the echo.
Yeah. So something like that, it just boom. And you know if you're in a normal street and you do an explosion and it goes boom, in the quarry it's like boom, boom everywhere, and it just
the camera was gone.
Amplifies.
The camera was gone
for sure,
like completely destroyed because it was hanging off. It wasn't in the crane; it was hanging off the crane. So you know,
like $1 million right there, but
you know the grips got the gimbal and everything, so it was hanging like that.
Jesus,
gone. Like where'd it go?
Crazy,
gone. And the car was completely gone too. There was no evidence.
No evidence. It's disintegrated?
Yeah.
It's like, shouldn't there be like metal? Just charred metal just sitting down there on the ground?
Like,
nothing.
No. Not even the matchstick that started the fire.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. We had, in the last show I was working on, there was quite a few of explosions.
Right.
At the end of because the season 2 is out anyway. At the end of season 2, you discover one of these guys has created explosions. Right,
okay.
The show I was working on.
All right.
So you knew the next season there's going to be explosions. You know what I mean? And there was a lot.
Okay.
And then we just constantly like, ear protection and stuff because like on set,
eyes and ears.
On set, unfortunately, I'm going to say the props department. I'm going to say some things.
Go ahead.
That are they're not bad. These are just how it works in the film industry. So in the props department, whenever there's an explosion or gunfire or anything really that revolves the safety gear, it falls on the props department to provide to the crew, which makes no sense to me.
Right.
You're a camera guy, let's say. You know there's going to be explosions today.
Right.
Bring some safety equipment for yourself.
Yeah.
I have to protect the camera? No.
Yeah,
you do. You have to protect yourself. So I have to give shields to the camera guys, eyes and ears to the entire crew. Mm-hmm. It's crazy to me.
So eyes and ears means
it's a
safety glasses or a face shield and earmuffs.
Earmuffs or earbuds.
Yeah, or the plugs. The little foam plugs.
And I just don't think that should not be my responsibility.
I always found it was weird too, and then to have a count, and then all of a sudden you go to collect them at the end of the day, and there's certain departments like, oh no, that was mine, and clearly it wasn't theirs.
No, yeah.
And there's always that arm wrestle at the end of the night, and you go, no, this isn't yours. I know it's yours. And then
I want a show to have a safety department to come in and just does that. I don't think props has got so much already going on,
of course,
and especially on scenes like that. that bring in a safety, like on the last show we had a safety lady, and she was handing stuff. I was like, fuck, I'm all for it. I don't even care.
Cool.
We still did.
Yeah.
Because we still responsible people. They would say on the walkie, props has got your eyes and ears. And she would go out and give people stuff. I'm for it.
Yeah.
But there should be an entire department just based on safety around set.
Of course.
There is now for COVID people. Why not safety? Let's do that. So I think, anyway, that's my opinion on that matter. Also, like, we do chairs, and we put out chairs for the cast and the crew. Cast and the producers and the directors and stuff like that, which makes sense. Not really.
Somehow.
I don't think it does. Like, I think it should fall on the AD department to do that.
Put it this way. I see it when we had it, when there were 5 assistants on the team. That makes sense, because then you have someone that's always just dedicated
that's their entire
to that.
job.
But when you have a show like we did, when there's 500 background on the day, you're doing food continuity, scene continuity, animal continuity, background continuity, and you're making sure everything comes in.
And then every time they move the camera, I have to have someone dedicated to move chairs.
You're expected to have all that, be on top of all of that, while it's more of a comfort level for them. It's like, first of all, what's more important? Where you sit, obviously, but as an encompass to the whole production and the project for the day, we have to do so many things. And you know, like the director, if he misses a step, he just goes to his continuity, his script assistant, and go, okay, well, what shot are we on now? Okay, that's good. If you said that and go, Tom, what was in that person's hand? Oh, sorry, I was moving the chairs. I didn't even see it.
Exactly. It's crazy.
And that's where it gets kind of stupid.
And honestly, it's like, oh, we need so-and-so and so-and-so is in today, and we need to have this and this. Like, well, why? Anyway, it should be, the AD should hire more people.
Yeah.
And have them take care of chairs, because they are assistants to the directors.
Yes, that's right.
And they're assistants to cast.
You know why they didn't? Because some props master back in the day
made money.
Said, "Oh, I can provide that
and make
the rental on the kit." And that's why, because they make good money on the kit rental for chairs exclusively, they're never going to give it up. So that's where it's
that much anymore. So now you're stuck with it.
But that's where it's up to the key. Then they go, no, I demand my team has no less than 5 people on any given day.
You'll never get that.
Well, saying never, I mean, that's where we fall into the problems, right?
Oh, excuse me. Yeah. All right, enough about
enough about our lifestyle. Enough about what we do.
I want to talk about real quick something I'm really pissed off about right now.
Oh,
okay. No, I'm not pissed off. I'm not pissed off.
This was the thing? It wasn't the Madonna thing? Or
I'm not pissed off about Madonna. Madonna.
Okay, go for it.
The weather has been so fucking trash lately. It's May. We're May now.
Yeah.
I have skin cracks in my hands in May.
Okay.
This is bullshit, man. We're past this. We're past this in our lives. Why aren't we at like fucking double digits now? It doesn't have to be high double, low double.
It was 17 yesterday.
Yeah, for like a second. But like now today,
people, 68
and now
Fahrenheit.
Today, it was like a little chilly. It's rainy.
Yeah.
I should not have a fucking like. It hurts. I physically cannot touch with my index finger because I have a crack in it. It's May. I am fucking fuming.
It could be your water intake. It could be.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Tom. It's the weather, man.
Obviously, you don't moisturize. Using hand sanitizer certain places.
I like my germs. No, but like it's cold out. I'm fucking pissed, man. Like I had chapped lips too recently. I'm like, I had to buy moisturizer in fucking April for my hands and fucking.
Oh no!
I'm pissed.
The hell?
Fuck you. I'm pissed.
How are you going to retain your beauty in 30 years?
I'll have it. Don't worry. I'm aging like a fine fucking wine. I'm George Clooney in this fucking life, buddy. I'm getting better with age.
Just not smarter.
No, definitely not that.
Just stupider. Not smart enough to not figure out why your hands are cracking.
I'm just pissed. We shouldn't have to. We shouldn't have to. It's fucking It's May, man. It should be warm now. We should be having good weather.
That means.
Listen, I understand why this is happening. Okay. I understand. I'm not saying how come this is happening to me.
But you blame the weather on your skin habits, on your skin routine.
Oh, so you're saying in the wintertime, when it's cold weather and your skin's cracking, you're working outside, it's my fault?
No, but I know what to do to protect myself so that it's.
I'm aware of what I have to do. I'm just saying I shouldn't have to do it. I'm not saying, what do I do, Tom? No, I'm just saying it's bullshit that I have to fucking do this now in May.
Every clinician, every esthetician
Let's end the
is
fucking show.
shaking their head right now. They're like, oh,
no, they're not fucking
God.
listening to this. Let's end the fucking show. Fuck you, Tom.
Oh, we got 10 minutes.
I don't give a shit what you got. I'm on my own goddamn time. Fucking bullshit.
That's the thing that's pissing you
That's
off.
what's pissing me off, man. Well, I can't have a fucking opinion on what's pissing me off.
Not what's going on in the world. Your finger hurts.
My fucking finger hurts. I got a fucking crack in my skin in April. I fucking hate it, man.
Oh, man.
I'm allowed to be mad about that.
Sure. I'm not saying you're not.
You didn't put any moisturizer on. No fucking shit, dude.
On it.
It's April.
Spit on it.
It's April. I shouldn't have to be fucking like, it's cold weather. I gotta put fucking moisturizer on my hand in
It's
April.
May.
Now it is. Just now. It just became May. Thank you very much. Well, look at the time. Thanks for tuning in to the last episode of Gruntsngrumbles.
Oh, man.
When's fucking Amped or whatever that fucking thing's called?
I keep bugging them. I keep saying, we're ready. I'm waiting for this.
Ready.
I've emailed them. Whatever.
I'm taking my gear and I'm starting my new podcast.
It's still in the States in beta.
The new podcast you guys should tune into is Gruntsngrumbles without
luck.
Tom. What do you mean good luck? I can fucking do it. You don't think I can do it?
No.
That's a fucking dare. I'll fucking do it. This is it. Last episode. I'm taking my shitty mics that I bought wherever the hell they are. I'm out of here. I can do it on this computer. I don't even need that thing.
You can use it on your phone.
I can do it on my phone. I won't. But I could.
You love me too much.
I wouldn't say too much.
Not that way.
Let's not stretch. Don't fucking grasp at
Oh,
straws.
man. So going with what you're doing at work right now, because this is kind of a new situation for you as well.
Right.
And driving around the city.
Yes.
And again, now being May, not just your finger problem.
Yeah. That's a fucking problem, though.
Is traffic getting better or worse?
No, it's terrible.
Is it?
It's just getting worse and
Because
worse.
construction hasn't really started yet either.
Construction is everywhere.
It's full on.
Started, yeah.
Oh,
Construction's
God.
never stopped. This year, never stopped.
So what happens? Is that lakeshore done?
It took me an hour the other day
Okay.
to get from.
See what I'm doing, folks? I'm just baiting the bear.
It took me an hour to get from Carlisle and Lakeshore onto the Gardner at Jarvis.
Wow.
1 hour.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. It's never when, the mayor's like, it's inconveniencing to the mayor.
He's a fucking idiot.
Oh, I thought you loved him.
I do love him still. Tori got my vote, but I don't care. But just the whole Gardner. I don't want to get on this fucking Gardner topic.
No. Is it again? I know when there's any sporting event or concert within that area, and now we had the Raptors playoffs and they lost.
Listen, no offense to the Raptors and fans. I love the Raptors. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm also just happy that they're out.
Yeah.
And if the Leafs lose early, that's fine too.
But
that's not true. That's not true. I take it all back.
But that's what I'm saying.
When I'm in traffic and I'm sitting in it, I'm like, fuck this.
Because the Sky Dome's right there.
Yeah,
Scotiabank ACC's right there.
Yeah, it's all right there.
And and that, I remember coming out on a Jays game, and it would have been somehow in May, around this time, a few years ago. And it was the Raptors were in the playoffs, the Marlies were in the playoffs, TFC game was on, Jays just finished. You couldn't get out of the city, that downtown core.
Never drive, man.
Ever.
Never drive to sporting
even the
events.
underground parking, they were just sitting there, and the cops, there was no cops because
There's
everyone
nothing
was
to
just
do.
flooding
There's
everywhere.
nothing to do. Just take the transit, man. Transit's the best. And if transit's packed, just walk a little bit.
Oh,
who cares?
And that's the thing. Just wait a half hour. Yeah, wait another train.
I sit around. If I can get into a bar and I'll have a couple beers, and then I'll just wait, and then I'll jump in the.
But it was packed because everyone was either going one way or coming from another. It was just unbelievable. I've never seen an influx of that many people.
It's crazy.
In one setting, and you go, okay, well, all this is happening at the same time. You really realize how many people are in this city when something like that happens.
Yeah, because it's all people coming from outside of the city.
That too. Yeah.
And the people who are all driving, because people who live in the city are clearly taking the transit because they know better.
Yeah.
And the people outside the city, they can't transit from where they're coming from.
Exactly. Well, or they haven't figured out how to do it.
Well, it's like you got to take the go, and then if you miss that one, you might as well then you drive. And if you're coming from work too, it's a different thing.
Oh yeah.
No, it's a fucking nightmare. Like I love this. I love that we have everything so close to watch, like the Jays, and the TFC, and
of course,
it's great. But it's also fucking awful.
Yeah.
So
have you?
If we had an NFL team, fuck me.
I know that. I don't even know how.
To a Jays game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you gone yet?
Yeah. I got fucking drunk.
Did you?
Oh yeah. And I bought a jersey. I just was drunk. I just put it on. I bought it. I didn't give a fuck. I was like, just give me this. I couldn't find my jerseys anywhere in my house. And then I bought it.
So you bought it? Okay.
I bought a new one.
Okay.
I bought a baby blue one.
Okay,
That was really nice.
Who did you get on your back?
Junior.
Junior? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And I sent in 2 days later. I found my jerseys.
Nice. Hey,
Yeah.
you know what's funny?
Like
Bill,
an idiot.
Bill Burr last weekend.
Yep.
Through the opening pitch at the Boston Red Sox game.
Oh, cool.
The Boston Red Sox were hosting
The
Blue Jays.
Oh, sweet.
So he threw the opening pitch. He threw a fucking strike. He threw a dinger. It was amazing.
Oh, you think so?
It was so good.
I'll look it up.
So then, of course, they invite him into the booth, and he's talking for about 10 minutes, and he's like, who are these Blue Jays? He's like, last year was the trailer, and this year's going to be the motion picture. He's like, why? Because it got great hair? He goes, I'm bald. I can kind of shit on them for it. And it was great. It was a great little, dig, but it was kind of like, it was the comedian. It was like what you would expect from Bill Burr.
Nice.
To talk about the Jays. There was a level
because
of
he also
respect
knows
there.
what he's talking about.
Yeah, of
so
course.
he's not like just a comedian who's gonna like just to just rag on teams that he doesn't know anything about. Like he clearly cares about sports.
Yes.
It's unfortunate that he's a fucking Red Sox fan.
He grew up in Boston. What do you expect?
Stupid. You expect? I expect you to have some taste.
But it was a fun.
He's that guy's pure Boston.
Fun little day. Oh yeah.
That guy talks his accent. He's a He's a Bostonian through and through.
And
that's what they call him.
He's directing a movie right now.
Yeah, what's it about?
I don't know, but he's directing something right now, which is pretty cool.
That's pretty cool for him,
right?
Yeah,
for a comedian, for a stand-up who.
Well, I mean, Adam Sandler's done it.
Yeah, I guess, but you're right. Woody Allen.
He's not the first
of course.
one.
Yeah,
Woody who?
Woody Allen.
I know you're talking about.
You better.
Fuck Woody Allen. All right, these movies are shit. All right, listen.
You name one.
That he's a shit in. He's a fucking pedophile.
Name one movie.
He's a pedophile, Woody Allen. I can't remember. He's always in all of them. Every movie he's in, he's directed.
Name one.
I can't remember, man. Don't put me on the spot like this. I don't like him, so I can't fucking remember.
See, but that's the thing. You can't start an argument.
No,
that.
I can start. I
know it's not that I don't agree with you.
I'll tell you one thing.
But I know which movies I don't like.
I can start an argument based on anything I fucking want to, like my cracked fucking skin.
A little fingy.
I've watched the Woody Allen. I just can't fucking. It wasn't black and white. One of them were. I don't fuck. Who gives a shit? Woody Allen's a piece of shit. All right, let's get out of here.
All right, guys.
Fucking sick of this
shit. Love you. Thank you again.
Sick of this fucking abuse I get here. I'm supposed to be. Whatever. All right, you can find us on our social media pages. Grunts and Grumbles officials are YouTube and Instagram. Nope, our Facebook and Instagram. Grunts and Grumbles podcast is our YouTube. You can find me at Zomvinny.
I'm TG Wheelman, and again, hit us up for music. Do anything we can channel. If you want to come here, want to send us some videos, we're open for it.
Sure. Totally.
Don't worry, I'll make sure he doesn't shit on any of it, but we're still welcome to it.
Can't silence me, man.
All right, thanks,
Good
guys.
fucking luck.
Love you all.
Better send some good shit.